Hello America, how we doing? We are going to do some cooking today. This is a nothing but cooking show today. So what we're going to do, remember the pork and apple a couple videos ago, the pork with apples, crock pot, pork tenderloin, apples. Oh, where are they at? Apples, my apples go, there they are. The fried apples, okay? All right, we're going to do a little different. Instead of tenderloin and apples and an apple, that was the 3 ingredients on that. It was just these 3 right here. Instead of doing that, we're going to do a little bit more, I don't know, sophisticated, I guess. Can't think of the right way to put it, but I did a little research on a YouTube video. What is her name? Honeysuckle. So I typed in pork and apple crock pot, okay, on a Google or YouTube search, and one of the videos was Honeysuckle. She's it's like an Asian lady, and it looks like a pretty good recipe. Now I'm not going to follow hers exactly because I don't have those ingredients, but I'm going to try to come close. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up, the pork tenderloin. Cut this open. I'm going to squeeze out about 1/3 of it. I don't want to make a whole half because it's too much. I'm going to squeeze about 1/3 of it out. Come on, get out there. I'll say about right in there. So there's a good 1 serving, or a little bit more than 1 serving. Stick that back down in there. Now this is not a Cajun flavor. This is a, what is it called? A rotisserie. See there? Rotisserie. Well, the light's not real good back here for some reason. Here we go. So anyway, it's a slow roasted golden rotisserie flavor from Smithfield. I got this at Walmart. And, whoo, getting too hot. Cool it off. So I'm going to put this back away later. Making a mess. Stick that there. Okay. So we got our pork tenderloin here, and we're going to put a little bit of olive oil, just so it wouldn't stick. Just about out of olive oil, ain't I? And we're going to put the pork tenderloin right in there. We're going to sear it. Supposedly it brings out more flavor. So, I'm going to sear that up a little bit. Okay, as this sears up a little bit, what we're going to do is going to put that into the crock pot. So while that's doing that, I'm going to put some of these ingredients. Now, I'm not going to measure anything. I'm never good at that. But this is apple cider vinegar. Just the old cheap apple cider vinegar. Great value version. I'm going to pour a little bit in there. Not a whole lot. And put a little bit of chicken broth. Just regular old low sodium chicken broth. Some of that in there, about equal parts, I think. So we got about half and half, equal parts of that. That's some liquid for it to sit in to cook. Okay. What else? Put some seasoning in. She put thyme in. I don't think I have any thyme. Don't know what else to put in there. Parsley, maybe? Oregano? Whew, stinking. at that. Oh, I don't know what else to put in there. Either oregano or parsley. What should I put in? I don't know. Maybe neither one of them. I don't know. What we got here? Chili powder. No, I don't want to do that. All right, now we got her all cooked up. Got a little browning on here, as you can see. Got a little crispies. Pick that up, stick that in there, and wasn't on her recipe, but I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to either put applesauce or the fried apples, and I'm thinking I'll put the applesauce in for now, a little bit of it, and put the fried apples in toward the end, or cut up this other Granny Smith apple I have. So I'm not sure which way I ought to go on that. I'm not going to put all that applesauce in there, just part of it, about that much. I like applesauce. Used to eat it a lot when I was a kid. So what we've got here is, can you see here? We've got the pork tenderloin, about a ½ inch of apple cider vinegar, and about a ½ inch of chicken broth. We're going to cook that for a long time. I want this thing to fall apart like it did. So it is about 1 o'clock, and I'm going to cook it for about 6 or 7 hours. So about 7, 8 o'clock tonight. It'll be about the time I'm pulling in over in to go to bed tonight. So this ought to be done just about time at the end of the day. So we're going to cook this for now, and we'll get back with you here in about 4 hours probably, because I got some other stuff I'm going to do to it. All right, we're done. We're done driving for the day. Time to eat dinner. Oh! Let's get this up here. You can see it. It smells good. Very, very good. I have to mention, I goofed up. Kind of big time, I think. It's probably edible, but I was paying attention to that video again, and she said put in apple cider. I put apple cider vinegar. So I don't know, maybe that'll be a good thing, maybe it won't be edible, but we probably just won't eat the juice. We'll probably just eat the meat, try to keep away from the juice. But anyway, I went ahead, about 2 hours ago I stopped, and I put in that green apple, that Granny Smith, and I put it in there, and they're all done. This one here's a little bit tough, but it was up out of the water. The rest of them were down in the water, and they're very soft, very tender. So let me get this spooned out of here, get it on a plate, and see what we want to do with it. The applesauce is completely gone. It's just a broth. It's just all liquid. The vinegar, apple cider vinegar, and the chicken broth, and the applesauce that I put in there. Like I said, I put that much applesauce in. You know, about that much is all. Not much, but I put it in there, but the texture is completely gone. It's all liquid now. The applesauce is completely broke down. So I'm thinking this is probably going to be pretty good, but let me see if it falls apart like the other You remember the one I made a few weeks ago? Oh yeah, just look at this. It's just, I forgot my other camera. Ah. There we go. Alright, we got the other camera up, and look at it, it just falls apart. Now, it almost looks a little, no, it's moist. I was going to say it almost looks dry, but it's not, it's moist. So right here, we'll take a little chunk of it here. Oh God, that's good. That is good. Just by itself, that is good. Yeah, I'm gonna cook me up a little broccoli real quick, put that with it. It's pretty close to the same meal as before, just a little different twist. Well, we got the broccoli on, it's getting warm. Here, let me show you this here. This is the sauce that's in there. It's just nothing. It's just liquid. That applesauce has completely gone away. You know, the texture of applesauce is completely gone away. Now this broth that's in here is quite zingy, you know, because it's got vinegar in it. It's got quite the kick to it. Yeah, that's not something you could really. I imagine you could maybe make something out of it. I don't know, maybe some kind of a gravy. I don't know, but yeah, that's a getting it. So we can shut that all off. We'll clean that up in a minute. Now we got our broccoli heated up. Let it go ahead and warm all the way through. I'm thinking maybe some barbecue sauce on this pork, but we'll see. But as we eat it, we'll see if we need it. Seems like there ought to be a sauce of some type I could make. I can't think of what it would be other than barbecue sauce. Maybe some kind of a sweet and sour sauce maybe, or something. I'm not quite sure. But oh, one of the other things I put in here was what was it? Basil. If you look at the leaves in here, little chunks or whatever. After I turn the camera off, I got to thinking I need to put a few more things. See those little chunks in there? Those are basil leaves, just out of this right here. Okay. So I put a little basil in there, a little salt and pepper, and that's it. So I guess to recap real quick, the recipe for this is apple cider, not apple cider vinegar, apple cider, about equal parts of chicken broth, okay, equal, you know, about here we go with percentage, a third apple cider, a third chicken broth, and a third applesauce. That goes in. You put your pork in there amongst all that. Now let it cook. I started at 1 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock now, so it's been cooking for 8 hours. That's why it just falls apart. So 8 hours. I'm thinking it's moist, but it could be moister. And I think the vinegar pulled some of the moisture out of the meat a little bit. If it would have been apple cider instead, I think that moisture would have stayed in there. I don't know. That's a guess. So let's see here. Let's get this water off of here. All right, let's see here. We've got barbecue sauce we might need, salt and pepper we might need, but let's dig into it first and just see what we've got. I know this pork is amazing. It just falls apart. Look at that. And the flavor is unbelievable. That is great. Put a little apple with that. There's your meal right there. That is good. Let me test a little bit of barbecue sauce here. That goes well too. Like I said, I think if I wouldn't have put the vinegar in, if it would have been apple cider instead of apple cider vinegar, I don't think it would be quite as dry, and maybe not cooking it quite so long. It was 8 hours. I was planning on cooking it about 6. So anyway, that's the meal for the night. Ciao.